Hi, I'm Natasha Lockhart. Welcome to Studio Chatter. We'll talk with the owner of a new music school. Rock on.
I'm Stacy Beck. We'll talk about the changes and happenings at Tabitha's Way.
And I'm Angie Murphy. We'll also talk about a new option for clothes for the kids.
All that and more coming up on Studio Chatter. Welcome to Studio Chatter. With spring break coming up, hopefully things will heat up. Got any fun plans?
Not for spring break specifically.
Okay.
I think the last month I've been traveling.
You've been traveling a lot,
so
right?
I'm
You've
gone.
done early spring break.
Yeah.
Yeah? Was it fun?
Yeah, I've had a good, I think I could live in the wanderlust. Is that the label you use when you
yes,
just want to
yes.
travel all the time?
Yes. That
Yeah.
sounds like a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've been a little bit absent.
I've been absent. We had a new baby. Number 7 came.
7?
Uh-huh. Can you believe it?
No,
7.
Angie.
I'm a grandmother of 7.
That's big.
That's
a
huge.
lot.
So
And
remind
7
me,
under 7.
how many
7 under 6.
boys and girls?
So now we're 3 to 4. 3 boys, 4 girls.
Wow.
So Knox was super happy that we got another boy cousin in the
Yeah.
family.
Oh, that's
And he's
so
just
fun.
dreamy and cute, and I'm proud
What's
of
his name?
Mal. Graham
I
Rhett
love that so
Nelson,
much.
after
Yeah.
Grandpa.
That's awesome.
So sweet. He's the best. And she had the baby at home, and it was a great experience. And
Oh, I bet there's such a story.
huge story. And she kind of told a little bit. She wasn't going to, and then she just did a quick little screenshot on
Yeah.
her story, and it was really fun. Taylor almost
were you
delivered.
there?
I was not.
Okay.
We were all like waiting. Our phones were on. It was a Friday night. I happened to fall asleep for a minute, hadn't turned my phone off silent. And Bo came home and came running up to us and was like, hey, Mel's been calling. And I looked down, it was like an hour. And she's like, alert, alert, water broke. And by the time I got a hold of him, that baby had been born like 10 minutes before.
So she was not in labor for very long.
No, she woke up with her water kind of breaking some pains and had it within an hour.
Oh my
good for
gosh.
her.
I'm so glad the experience was.
It was really good. She's
Good.
like, of course I would never do it on my first. You just don't know how your body's going to
Yeah.
respond.
But it worked well.
Yeah. Yep. So
Good.
that's been us.
Congratulations.
Thank
Yes.
you. It's been fun.
Well, in your other downtime, any other
fun?
It's like we don't have spring break officially
No.
anymore because our kids are grown. What
I don't
about
even know
you?
when it is.
Well, this is my fault. I'm sorry because I really wanted like winter.
Do you want to go somewhere?
So we are going somewhere. We're not going really, really far. So we are going to Mesquite. We're going to Vegas. So kind of doing the halvesy thing right there. And
That's
then
fun.
husband has some travel after that. But I think I maybe talked about it just a tad bit last time that I've been doing a little bit of training. So I'm trying to do this triathlon in November. So I've been,
you
I've been
really-
running.
I did not hear this.
I've
I'm
been
gone one
running
time.
a little bit, have the bikes back out. So we tried to do that for a hot minute. So we're going to try and do that again. And I'm learning to swim. Like the right way, like the correct way. Like
You never knew how?
Well, I know how to swim per
Right.
se, but not proper.
Oh,
like
okay.
not like lap swimming.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to do laps.
And what made you want to? Just life is short, let's do it?
Kind of all the things, yeah. Just because of some of the recent circumstances and like setting goals and our cute little guest, Ashley. So Ashley Stratton.
Yes.
So she gave us that challenge, and we always talk about challenges.
Right.
And I'll probably even
She
talk
did
about this a
something
little
with
bit
the
more.
challenge.
With it.
Did you?
I drank more Diet Coke.
But I haven't I feel like when you commit, like you have to commit completely. So I was testing the waters. So I'm committing. So I'm gonna put on the necklace and I'm gonna commit.
Oh my
That's
heavens.
scary,
Yeah,
right?
it is.
Yes.
But
It's in November, so I feel like I
Okay.
have like a really long time to train.
it'll be here in the blink of an eye. And
will.
where will it be?
So it'll be in Ogden,
Okay.
just up by
So-
Weber State. So before the holiday, and then I have a big birthday this year as well.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I just need to do some stuff. half.
Yeah,
It's just
that's
neat.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's good.
That is a good
Kind of crazy,
goal.
right? Yeah.
No, it's awesome.
So that's also, just with spring break, just trying to do that a little bit. I'm in the thick of competitions with kiddos. So it's soccer season, it's dance season, it's figure skating season. Oh, and we've just started a little bit of cheer. So she was at a stunt camp over the weekend.
I think it's good you have just 2 kids.
yes.
Do you think?
Yes. What do you
Because
think?
they're super involved, which is fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Keeps them busy, keeps them out of trouble, but yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You're going full board.
And I think that they
Natasha.
really both love it. So they keep us running all the time. And but they say in Utah, wait 15 minutes and the weather will change. So we're playing soccer one day, we're bundling up again the next day. We did get our pots back to Laughing Out Greenhouse. So
Have you?
So we're going to
No,
start
I'm
the
going to
landscape
plant my
a little
own,
bit.
but I'm
Okay.
going to go
Yay.
to him and purchase everything.
I actually, just before I came, put
Okay.
that in my calendar for tomorrow to go take my pots. I'm way late.
It's like
Not
been
really.
wintry.
No.
It's
well,
been
look,
weird.
okay. Well, look at us. So we even kind of had this conversation today too,
Right.
right? It's like, do I pull out the spring clothes? Do I put away the winter clothes? And we just kind of called it casual sweatshirt day. And
Well, I put this on and I'm like, I was just standing in front of my wardrobe thinking, I cannot do gray, I can't do black or brown.
You had to do spring.
I had to
And
do
you
a
look
spring
great.
color. And so I'm like, is this going to work or should I?
right.
No.
So
But in
great.
the past couple
Thanks
of
for
weeks,
going.
by afternoon, like we're hot. Like
Yeah.
we start with the sweater, we start with the sweatshirt or something. So I happened to be at a meeting this morning when we were talking about, the switch.
good.
So yeah, so
Good.
it's pageant season also.
I know, busy.
That's a
right?
lot.
It is a lot, but it's good.
But it's fun.
Yep.
Yeah, by the time this airs, Miss Spanish Fork
We will have a new
probably
one.
already
That's
be over,
crazy,
so that's,
guys.
That's fun.
I know Mel has a birthday on that same day, so I'm
So you
trying to
can't
make
go.
it to everything.
Oh.
I don't know. We'll
And,
see.
you'll see
and
what the
Easter's
party is.
early.
Easter's
So
on Sunday.
I think that has thrown us off a little bit too because
Yeah. I feel
this
like
Easter bunny's not doing so great.
I am ready.
I am too.
I've already got my eggs with money in them ready for
Ooh,
the
I'm not
Really?
that ready. I've
Yeah.
purchased. Everything's purchased.
I wrapped yesterday.
And mine are getting old enough, and they have so much candy anyway. I'm like, how about some new sneakers
Yes,
and some
Totally.
V-Bucks?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you do an Easter egg hunt at your house?
We used to do it at my mom and dad's house because they were already home for the summer, but they're staying a little bit later down south. So we're gonna try it in the desert in Nevada.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, it should be different.
So-
fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, you'll be gone for a full week, it sounds like. I bet the kids are excited. Because they don't have any commitments that week either, right? Oh,
That's so nice.
Good family
I
time.
remember those days.
Yeah, and we just had some friends fly in from Florida, and their spring breaks for their kids were 2 weeks apart. So
That's
I thought that
horrible.
was I thought that was really interesting. So they left one home, and one was able to come.
Because they're in like high school, elementary or something.
oh
That
my
is horrible.
God.
But you would
For
think
that
that in the
school
same
district.
school district, right?
Yeah.
They are
So
really in the same district?
I think so.
I wonder if
Unless one's
in
like a charter school, yeah.
It could be. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't know that
Oh,
much
that's
about
so-
that. But
that's
yeah, so they
crazy.
had to plan it kind of different because they were coming out here for a family reunion. But so lucky that we're in the same school district.
Wow.
Yes. Well, I'm excited for our show, Natasha.
Yes.
We've talked a little bit about your health scare recently,
Yes,
and you're
yes.
going to open up and share that
Yeah,
in one of our
Yeah,
episodes.
we can share again, and hopefully it never happens here ever
You're just
again.
educating us.
So that will be fun.
Yeah, thanks for
And as
sharing.
always, it's fun to have Tabitha's Way.
Yes,
Love them.
Yes, love that season
So,
too. All right.
Good show coming up.
There's a new clothing shop in town specifically for the littles in your house. Welcome Haley and Hank Houghton with Bubs and Babes Clothing Company to the table.
Hey.
Hi guys.
Hello,
Hi, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
You're the
Star of the show
Right.
today.
Haley, I loved when you just told us what Bubs and Babes
Yes.
means. Tell us, share that story
Share
with us.
it. So when I was pregnant with my first little boy in New Zealand, we lived there, and all the boys are referred to as Bubs, and all the girls, if you're pregnant with a girl, is Babes. And so when I was pregnant with my little boy, we just always called him Bubs. Still his nickname is Bubs or Bubby. And so that's how we came up with the name, was just incorporating that.
I love that. That's what I used to call my brother, Bubba. Or
Bubba,
Bubs.
yeah.
Yep.
I know it's common too, so a lot of people can relate to it.
Yeah.
Like they call their boys Bubs.
So what made you start? I mean, you have littles,
I
but what
have
made
littles.
you start a little clothing line?
So I originally wanted to just do boys because it's hard to find really cute boy clothes.
It's true. It's either like really plain or cheesy.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Like characters or
uh-huh.
just like,
Yes.
yeah. And that's not really my style. So I wanted to just do boys at first, but
Can
they
I just hold things up as you're
yes, for
talking?
sure.
Okay.
The girl stuff is just so cute that I can't not sell it too.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So we
So
did the girls too.
Where are you designing them?
I'm not. So they're all just other small shops that I'm going to carry. Most of them are online only. And so there's
that's
not
darling.
like places
Ew, that's so cute.
to buy them in store. So we're selling them at Stone Drug in Spanish Fort. Yeah, we have a big rack of them there.
I thought that I had seen.
Yeah.
Just made her
which is
favorite
great.
place.
It's my
Yes.
favorite
It's so cute. They've done a good job there. But
they
Okay,
have.
so where, like, this material, by the way, is just, the word nowadays is what, butter?
butter.
Buttery
Yes.
It's like the bamboo.
It is like
right?
the bamboo. So they fit the bamboo jammies. That's what he's into.
So they're nice and snug like
Yes.
they need to be.
They fit for a really long time. He was wearing some like 0 to 3 until he was like 13 months old.
Oh, wow.
So they fit for a long time, so they're worth every penny.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna make him stand up, but they zip from the bottom up or the top down, so that it makes it easy for bum changes. And then the hands have like the mittens, and these are even a 12 to 18 months, so they make the mittens in them
Okay.
like for a long time.
Love that.
And then the feet fold over too.
Oh,
to make them like
and
footies.
functional.
Keep them little tootsies warm.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Oh,
love
so
that.
handsome.
But it makes them fit longer too, because you can fold the feet over so that they're not like super
Right.
long on them.
Okay,
So
Grandma.
I love that.
I think you need to be
right.
putting these
Show
on
us
your
some more.
list,
Okay,
right?
so the jammies, but then you
Yes.
have
Oh
that's
my
yes.
gosh.
These are
They
super
could play,
fun.
what's that summer game that the kids play when the cars chase you like in junior high?
fugitive.
Yes. You would not want to wear this during a game if you do.
No.
Those ones are fun. These ones also, they're rags. They fit for a really long time too. So you
Okay.
they just stretch with you, and it's
So
nice.
tell us, is RAD like a brand?
Yeah, so this one's
Okay.
Little Rad Thing is the
Rad
brand.
Thing.
They have just really cute boy.
Oh, I love
That's
that.
cute.
Really?
So cute.
I love them. The other one, this one was Rags though, so they're
Oh,
super
yeah.
similar.
Rags and
yeah, Rags
Rad.
and
Okay.
Little Rad.
So it's
yeah.
resell of other unique stores.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
What
And
we're
Rags is a Utah company too, so it's kind of cool that
Oh, okay.
they're here local.
So you're just finding what you've come to love and then putting it under its own umbrella or own brand.
Just so we can get it in store is like the main goal. Yeah.
Little rad things. That one's darn.
So some of these things could be available at Stone Drug, but mostly if they've seen anything tonight, it would be online.
Nope, these ones are all at Stone Drug.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So everything that we sell right now is at Stone Drug, or we do a lot of pop-ups. So we
Ooh,
are
that
doing.
is adorable.
I love this
Not
one.
seen
Yeah, I love that one. We're doing a pop-up with Stone Drug on the 20th of April,
Okay.
I believe, and it's from 11 to 2. And there's just going to be a lot of other small businesses there.
Okay.
Oh.
That will.
Like within
fun.
Stone Drug.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
But right now you have your own little.
own little
wall,
corner there.
corner.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
I love this Stone Drug because like it's standing
I do
into like
too.
home decor,
you.
geometry,
Yes.
And it's all
geometry
just
stuff.
really nice, sustainable
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
really
Good
love the feel
quality.
of it in there.
Okay, I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah.
Is that okay? This
yeah,
is
you're
fun.
good. I love this one. It's a favorite
Ooh, and
one.
everything is
color
cuter when it's
threads.
smaller.
I know.
But also these
Swell
are like
days.
cool graphic stuff.
Yes.
for the
Yes.
kids. Really
Yeah.
the
Cool.
cheesy, yeah.
They remind me a
my
lot of
goodness.
living in New Zealand too, so I
Really?
think that's why I love them. But
Oh, these are so fun. Okay,
Super fun,
we're
but-
getting closer to the
So
bottom.
what's the price range for us?
we have some T-shirts that are like 15.
Okay.
And then like the pajamas I think are 25.
That's awesome.
Some of the zippies might be 28. I can't remember for sure.
that
Oh, darling,
so
right?
Ew.
but
Very
That's really affordable.
springy,
That's
very
right, a
cute.
good price.
We might have to shop before we even let you out.
I know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Do you have grandbabies?
5.
Okay.
And Angie just
I
told
have
us.
7.
Fun.
Yep.
So we're your prime audience.
Yes.
We are.
You know,
Yes,
we
we
don't
are.
want to raise them, but we just want to buy them things.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, that's
a
darling.
good
That
one.
is
That's
super,
really
super
cute.
cute. So when do you, like, what's the top of the line? Like, when do you end in sizing?
In sizing, oh, that's a good question. So right now I have 0 to 3 up to 5T.
Okay.
But we've had a lot of requests to go bigger in size. So
Perfect. I end
Yes.
at 5T. Well, I have a
yeah.
10-year-old, but 5T.
yeah.
Perfect.
I need
We're
up to
looking into
7, 8.
7,
Do
8.
you want
We're
to start
looking into
splitting
bigger
this up with me
sizes.
right
Yeah.
after? Okay, that's awesome.
Well, we're going to be doing one other pop-up that we know of right now, and it's at Riley's in Payson. Riley's Taste of Sunshine. It's that
Oh,
cute
the
barn.
Taste of Sunshine, okay.
Yeah, they're doing
Yeah.
a pop-up the following weekend, so the 27th.
Oh,
Okay.
fun.
And yeah, so we'll be there at that one too.
And we recently had Brenly Duke on
Yeah.
for Utah Mom's Favorite Things.
Yeah.
Did you happen to go to
We
her?
did, yeah.
I did not make it. How was
Yeah,
it?
it was good. It was super
Good.
fun. Lots of fun people.
Well, and is
So-
it manageable? Because juggling 2 kids, like I think all of you guys, your generation now thinks I can work from home
Yeah.
and have kids. And to me, that sounds so difficult.
So crazy,
How are
yeah.
you managing and juggling?
It's good. My husband helps a lot. So luckily most of the pop-ups are on Saturdays.
'Kay.
So I can just pawn them off and go and do my thing.
But then you're fulfilled because you're out, you know, doing
Yeah.
what you love and something that you're passionate about and making money.
Hello. We lost the,
Something's
I think he
under
dropped
there.
it down there. Yeah. Sorry.
It's under there.
We'll find you another one. Yeah, he's so
Well,
cute.
I love that.
Thank you.
Thanks for bringing little kids. I think that we've
Yes.
gotten like Old Navy in a few places, but we've really been lacking
Yes.
in like the boys specifically.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
the children's sizing.
And these last, so I love Old Navy because they're super cheap.
Yes,
and,
right.
But they just don't last as long.
Yep.
So if you pay a little bit more, they'll last you way longer. And I can do hand-me-downs for him from my older boy, which I think is worth spending the money on one.
100%.
To pass
Well,
down.
you're one lucky little dude, Hank.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Where can we find you on social?
So it's Bubs and Babes Clothing Co.
Okay.
On Instagram. We're not on Facebook or anything as of now.
That's also old school, right?
I know.
Stone Drug in Town or Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. And you can buy from the Instagram too. So we'll post pictures and sizes, and you can just message us and ask for it, and we can do local pickup or
Oh,
whatever
perfect.
you want.
Because you're right here in town.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we wish you the
There's your
best.
smile.
Can you smile?
He was smiling at the camera.
Right there. That's your selling guy.
That's a good
All
send
right.
off.
Thanks, Haley.
Thanks so
Yeah,
much.
thank you.
Do rhythm and blues flow through your veins, or maybe there's a budding rock star living in your house? They need to check out Tommy Rock's Music School. Let's welcome Tommy Crotcheville to the table.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you.
So, there's been a change
So,
recently, right?
That's right.
Okay, tell us a little bit about.
All right, let me tell you about it. So for
Okay.
the last 4 years, I've been the director of the Yamaha Music School in Spanish Fork. And in January 31st, Yamaha decided to close the school.
Okay.
But 2 of the franchise owners helped me to start my own school, and that's Tommy Rock's School of Music.
Yes.
So
This reminds me
so
of
we
like
just
the
started.
School of Rock.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, fun stuff. We got all kinds of fun stuff we got planned.
So first, let's
Yes.
talk location. It's
Okay.
not far from where
No,
it was.
It's
Yeah.
it's 607 Kirby Lane, which is right by the Betos. It's
Okay.
about 2 blocks from where the Yamaha was.
Oh, that close.
Yeah.
Okay, when I talked to you, did you think you were moving to Springville?
We were looking
a
at
moment.
we were looking at a
Okay.
building in Springville, and then it ended up we found the one here. In
So you're right
Spanish.
by Betos.
We're right here, right? Yeah, right.
Oh,
by
that's
the
Like
Betos.
literally in the
Right
parking
across the
lot.
street.
Yeah, we're
So
2
we're-
blocks from Yamaha.
Workforce services, and then right
Yeah,
in
just
there,
right
that
there.
little parking lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my,
Location.
that is a great location.
That's a great location.
So you're up and running.
And we're happy to be in Spanish Fork because
Good.
probably about 70% of our students were in Spanish Fork.
Okay.
So a lot of translated over then and
Yeah,
stayed with
yeah,
you.
yeah. So we're really blessed. We had 55 students that have come on board since we opened the school. And it was a soft school opening. We're doing our grand opening. I'm probably jumping ahead.
No, that's okay.
We're doing a grand opening in April.
Okay.
So in April, we're going to be advertising and promoting. Right
have a
now,
date yet?
Well, we're already open.
I mean, for the grand opening.
Oh, it'll start April 1st.
Oh, okay.
And it will go the whole month of April.
Oh.
Yeah. And I might as well say this now, but we're going to offer a promotion, and it's going to be buy 2 months, get 1 month free.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That is
What are your ages?
Well, we start as early as 3 years old, but we're about to add a Mommy and Me class. And so we have a nice big auditorium within the building we're leasing. And so we're able to do larger classes in there. So we're going to do a Mommy and Me class also.
Okay.
And but then as far as like private lessons or group lessons, basically from about 3 or 4 years old all the way up to as old as you can, as old as you want to.
Okay.
99 plus.
And we actually had a student that was 92.
No.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love
You're
that.
never too old.
No.
So so offering keyboarding.
We are offering guitar,
okay,
keyboard,
okay.
drums, ukulele,
Okay.
violin, viola,
gosh.
and vocal. We're about to add vocal and also songwriting and sound recording.
Oh, wow.
And I'll be
Which one
teaching
of
the
those?
songwriting
I was
class.
going to say, which one of those
Yeah.
do you do?
I used to teach guitar, but I don't have time running the school to teach, so but I am going to do the songwriting course.
Okay.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah.
And Leslie, I have a 5-year-old grandson. His mom probably knows the answer, but how do you know, like, do you just let them come in and see where their little heart leads, or do you suggest, oh, at
be
this
fun.
age, start here? Like,
Yeah.
How
So
do
we
you work
kind of have a structure in place that we
Okay.
know what to follow for that. But what we like to do is ask people to come in and try out one free lesson. And then we put them with the teacher they think that would match, what they're doing. And then the teacher kind of assesses their skill level and then makes a recommendation to the parent if they
as
want
to what
as to
instrument?
what instrument or whether a private or group or whatever would be
Oh.
best for them.
oh, that's
They can
nice.
kind of try out multiple
You
instruments
can,
during
yeah.
that
You can
lesson.
actually. We've had people come in and try out both guitar and piano and different instruments.
Do you feel like there's one that they should start with?
That's one of those debates that's been around forever. I'm of the mind that you can start on any instrument that you're interested in. Because if someone tells you, hey, you got to start on drums or you got to start on piano, and you do it and you don't like it, you may then for the rest of your life say, well, I tried and I didn't like it, when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But if you try the thing you want to try, then the child will be much more interested in continuing.
Yeah,
Of course,
that makes sense.
practice is the thing. You gotta
It's the
practice.
worst.
I mean, I've been playing guitar for 40-something years, and I still practice.
Okay.
So,
It is. I think that my kids struggled the most because they wouldn't take the time to practice. And I remember them going to their teacher and they'll be like, did you even look at this? Maybe once.
Yeah.
But it is. You got to practice
You
to
do.
succeed.
You gotta practice.
Is there an instrument that's easier to pick up?
ooh,
than
that's a
another?
hard one too. I would say ukulele is easiest for a younger child, and then move to guitar. But it depends on, again, their age. Usually a guitar or drums, we don't start until about 6 or 7 because of the dexterity that's required to play those instruments.
Cool.
Piano, you can start a little bit earlier than that. So, yeah.
That's exactly what we did with Gunnar. So Gunnar started with the school and he played keyboard for 2 years and then decided that really wasn't his thing anymore. So he's on drums now and and it fits his personality better, and we love the
Okay.
teacher and we love all the things about the school.
That's
So it's going to
awesome.
go
So-
once a week?
He does.
Yeah.
And
And
in
then
fact,
practice?
he should be finishing up right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I should mention that most of the teachers also came to the new school with us.
Oh, I bet. They wanted to keep their
Yeah,
job.
they wanted to keep their teaching.
Yeah.
The student. Yeah. The parents. That's great for the parents because a child gets used to the teacher. And
Absolutely.
then wants to stay with that teacher.
Right,
So-
right.
So Natasha, you signed Gunnar up when Tommy came 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Because you were just saying you think you came during COVID when we had our long
Yeah,
tables.
I started in January of 2020, and of course, immediately COVID hit, and then I spent a year trying to keep the school open during COVID.
Oh yeah,
That
you
must have been
did.
tricky,
You've
doing
done
it
the
online.
hardest thing.
Yeah.
So what made,
But
did
it
you
is
go
great.
in there doing drums then? Like
No,
thinking
he's-
that's what he wanted to ultimately
No,
do?
I really like the idea of reading music. So that's kind of where we wanted to start with keyboard, but then he kind of that wasn't his jam, so to speak. So he wanted to try drums, and he's doing really well with that. I know nothing about reading music for drums per se and
Yeah.
helping with him, but I do love the metronome. I like the routine. I think that the correlation between math and some of those things that they need to do. Like they need to be busy, and I think the music is just such a great place for kids to be.
Right. So you've had to now buy a drum set at home.
We have a drum set at home.
And is that the worst noise in the world, or are you doing okay?
No.
Because all the movies make it sound like
No,
You have an
so-
electronic drum kit, don't
So
you?
technology is wonderful. So they can practice with their headphones. They could practice with the keyboard before. So
Back in the day.
in fact, let's talk a little bit about maybe moving away from the structured per se curriculum that you may had to follow before.
Yeah.
So what's cool about Tommy Rocks, and
so
you can
the
kind
cool
of do
thing
your
is
thing,
that
right?
we have no restrictions on what
Yes.
curriculum we do. So
Okay.
what we've done is we've allowed our teachers to be independent contractors,
Okay.
and they can teach from whatever curriculum that they want to. And also parents can suggest if they know one, say, hey, I really like this particular Hal Leonard, or I really like the Piano Adventures. So they can say this is what we'd like to learn. So we do something unique. We divide our lessons into 3 distinct areas, and during a month of lessons, the teachers try to hit the first thing they do is curriculum and learning out of a book, learning to read music, learning to sight read, those kinds of things, and ear training as well. The second area is to learn skills and techniques, and we divide that into beginner, intermediate, and advanced because there's different techniques you learn, but you have to learn those basic techniques to be able to move to the next level.
Yes.
And then the last thing we do is we let students pick out the music that they want to play. Of course, that's age dependent. If it's a very young child, then we're going to assist them. But and so they get to pick out songs that they want to learn, and then we teach them those songs.
Oh, okay.
We only have just a couple short minutes left, so why don't you grab your guitar
Okay.
and show us just a little bit how
All
you...
right. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play just a beginning verse and a chorus of a song that I wrote.
Okay.
And since I'm going to be teaching songwriting, I figure I might as well do one of my own songs.
Yes, love that. Okay.
So. Wakes up her luck in a morning cup, and it stops somewhere near Aberdeen. Hails down the truck as she wades through the muck, tries remembering the last time she's been. Tornado came and stole her name, took everything that she'd ever owned. She survived though her husband died, and since then she's been out on her own. So quiet Texas, quiet Texas, and I can hear you calling my name. Quiet Texas, leaving me with nothing to blame. And you can ride the wind, you can count your kin, you can even call it old Mexico. But the desert sun, when it's all said and done, will leave you standing there in the cold. So quiet Texas.
Beautiful.
Bravo.
you.
That was beautiful.
Short version, so we have time.
That was really
Very good.
Yeah,
beautiful.
I appreciate that.
All right. Well, Tommy Rocks School of Music, congratulations.
Thank you.
And we will share all of the information to get everybody
That'd be
registered
awesome.
up
We'd
and
love
going.
to have
Okay.
people come and take lessons from us, at least try
Yep.
it out.
Yep, perfect.
So, yeah, our website is www.tommyrockszhouseofmusic.com.
Okay.
And all the information's on there.
On social as well. Okay.
You just put me
perfect.
into a nice trance, so
Yes, that was a great outro. Yes.
yeah, keep going. But thank you.
Yeah.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Best of luck.
Thanks, you guys.
Yeah. Sometimes life can throw you for a loop, and this happened to our very own Natasha. She has agreed to tell us her story as a help to all of us. Are you ready, Natasha?
I'm ready. Here we are
You've
yet
alluded
again,
to
right?
some help things a couple episodes, and I
Yes.
thought, if you're ready and willing to share your story,
Sure. Well, I think everybody kind of knows the story, the big story in the beginning. I mean, I was absent, a year and a half ago.
Yes,
I had
yes.
the brain bleed or a mini stroke or whatever we
We
call
had
it
Megan
now.
come on and kind of talk about strokes and
Right.
we thought we were
So-
like in the clear, right?
Right. Thought we were, yes, going down the path. And then it kind of happened the same way. So we were at the dance studio, and I guess the symptoms for me as I kind of start talking in circles. So I was talking to Racheline. I don't know why, bless her heart. Racheline and Barrett, my Barrett, are always around and can kind of see what's going on. And I'm in denial always because I never want something to be, going wrong. Right. So the thing that they had advised before was if she kind of does that, if she starts talking in circles, keep an eye on her, let her brain reset, let her regroup. They were worried though because I had the car, and they said, let's drive her home. Let's give her a minute to reset. Let's, just make sure that she gets home okay. So we get me home.
And at that point, did you realize anything was going on or not really?
I mean, not really, kind of. I think there's maybe something there in the back of my mind, like something is not right. But I think before that, I mean, I had symptoms of big migraines before. So I would have kind of the numbness down my left arm. I would kind of have the numbness in my tongue, the aura. So this is what I have learned recently about the aura and the way that your brain works. I had probably been having absent seizures or focal seizures before that and just didn't realize it. So for me, because it's in the backside of my brain, it impairs my speech. And that's always very nerve-wracking to me because obviously I like to talk, I like to read, and I go very quiet because the denial phase, like this is not happening, we're not going there again. Anyway, everybody else recognized that. They got me home in time. This happened on December 8th, and it was a grand mal seizure. So thankfully, the kids had been pushed away. I was sitting there with Keith. It was around Christmas time, and I don't know if you recall the guest that we had here with the cute little Christmas book, right?
yeah, Rhonda.
Yeah. So we were reading that book, and I don't remember actually what happened, but I guess my arms kind of straightened out, and he told me, he said that it was probably something he never wants to hear again, or nobody. I mean, I've never actually watched a seizure, but a horrible screech that came out of my body. I went limp, like everything kind of went dead, so to speak. And the next thing I remember was waking up in the hospital. So they didn't keep me overnight or anything like that.
With
But
that alone, when Keith told me what he witnessed and heard from you, and when he gets to the end of the story and says, and then we went home, I was like, what? That night you went home?
Which in all of this research, that's the part that has been really interesting, right? Because even if you watch the MRI photos, the original pool of blood, how big it was, and then then it's kind of, I guess, what's the word? Dissolves back into your brain, and you can kind of see it's almost like a scar tissue, and it's your brain maybe overriding something or shutting down. The odd thing for me was that there really hadn't been something to set me off, so to speak. I don't know what really triggered it. I don't know if there hadn't been any bright lights. So I have a couple of theories. I don't know if they're true or not or whatever. I had seen the Taylor Swift movie in theater, but it had been 2 days prior, I want to say. And there is the warning when you go into the theater that there is if you have anything that could trigger the super bright lights or anything of that nature. So that was very interesting to me. It could be.
Right.
Don't really know.
I don't know if it long term.
Nope.
But could be.
What was the other? So then I've also read a little bit more into even COVID vaccinations, but I don't know.
I've heard that as well.
I mean, everybody kind of has their theory about that. Or if it was just, but I hadn't really been in a stressful situation. I'm very type A and very high strung usually, but on that particular day, I mean,
But I think
Nothing
sometimes
unusual.
we put it to that particular day, but just in our intro
Maybe.
today, when you're saying all that you're doing and all that you're involved in, and the kids,
right.
Totally. It could
That's
be
heavy.
built.
It could
Maybe
be.
it was just built on
Yeah.
to where the brain
But I
just is, like,
usually,
done.
that's the interesting thing, right? Because you learn that kind of about your own personalities, and I usually thrive on that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of things come with aging. Also in the research, and again, this is just a theory, but since COVID, there has been an uptick, a 30% increase of epilepsy.
30%.
30%. So that's just, one thing that I read.
Like,
I'm
what's the
certainly
connections,
not
right?
Yeah, I mean, you're just always curious. But okay, so that's what happened to me. That's the grand mal seizure where I'm taking all the medications now. I'm doing all the things that I'm supposed to do. So hopefully it never happens again, right?
Right.
But the fun part, it's not really fun, but I guess the upside to all of this happening are the great people and the great things that happen when you step in, because I am a busy person. So I've talked about racialing more than once. Gosh. When you have people like you two, because I enjoy this speaking. I love talking. I love socializing. I love spending time with my kids. The people that would step in to drive them to their lessons. My husband driving everywhere. I mean, thankfully, we work at home, so. But there's definitely pros and cons. So I've learned a lot about local Uber. It has certainly. Much better than it was 2 or 3 years ago. So I used to, you used to call an Uber, it was an hour, now it's 6 minutes. People will, do amazing things for you. Not Uber, but they will too. But delivery, right? So even since the advent of COVID, or when things happen to you, it's really weird. Like, how did I do all of this before?
Yeah.
But Instacart and DoorDash and
You figured it all out.
you
and
do.
It was
You
working
figure it all
for
out. And you and I were even talking a little bit about this also. So in Spanish Fork, all of the amazing things that you can do on foot. So
Yeah, she's just telling me where she's walking. I'm like, you walked that far?
So now when my kids push back and say, that's too far, I can't walk that far,
no,
I'm like,
Mom has.
actually, you can, and I did. And I really kind of enjoyed my Saturdays. I'd be like, just drop me off at the shopping center, and I'd take my little grocery bag, and I could just go and have my me time and do my shopping. And I found out a lot about all the crosswalks and where you can and can't go. Interestingly enough, I hadn't been riding my bike at that point, and now I'm like, gosh, you really can, and I'm probably healthier. So we've set more goals.
Hence the triathlon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe
Kind of
coming
came
out
from
of it.
this as well, right?
Right. So Keith had kind of been on a health kick as well, and so it kind of just set everything in motion. Now I'm kind of sad, actually, because I have my wheels back again and I can do all these crazy things. But it really was the 3 months of kind of going back to the COVID era. And I'm like, gosh, I kind of miss, I really miss spending all of the time in the car with
We probably
hubby.
should back up as well, because a lot of people probably don't know, if you have a grand mal seizure, your license is taken away
yes.
from you for 3 months. My daughter had that, and it was just weeks before COVID, so the timing kind of worked out
Perfect for
nice
her
for
as
that.
well.
But,
Right.
So that's why you weren't driving or going anywhere, because they say for 3 months, do not drive.
And it's true. And you just become so resourceful. And I kind of love now too, I was able to use it as that sounds terrible, to use it as an excuse, but mommy can't pick you up. You're going to have to find, and it made at least my oldest more independent. I can't take you everywhere. You're going to have to find a ride somewhere else, or if the cutoff is at 9 p.m., Dad's going to have to run you, or we're going to have to do something different. So there's a part of me that wishes we could kind of go back to that.
Yeah.
I was cooking more. I was learning new recipes, because it's
You're home.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you're just not, you're not eating out all the time. You're not running all the time. And it's just because you can't. And there's I enjoyed that part. If you say that at all, like if I've learned anything at all, like
To slow down.
right,
That it's okay.
Right, it's YOLO for sure. And I was kind of private about it. Like I wasn't going to announce it to the world. But it is like if you are having all of the symptoms, if it's not normal, if you are. I mean, if it's more than a migraine, or I mean, it's always worth getting checked out, and it's no secret that I'm getting up there in years. So
You're having the big one this year.
right. So
Yeah. Oh, Natasha.
yes.
Thanks
So
for sharing.
thank you. I mean, you both took your turn driving me.
I learned the back way to
The
her house.
1 or
I know
2
I can cut
drop-offs.
through the church and get to her house
Yes, learned a new way. Yes,
Yeah.
and Heather O'Brien, I have to say thank you to you also. So one of the great dance moms that totally stepped up too and picking
Love
up there
that.
every Tuesday, Thursday, and
I know.
love-
I think we're always hesitant to like reach out for help. I mean, it's not in my nature.
totally,
I like to be able
yes,
to do
yes.
everything, and then you realize like people really do love those connections with you for us to be able to do for you. Like
Well-
super fulfilling and gratifying as well to
and
give back.
it was great to kind of connect in all sorts of circles. So.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing, Natasha.
course,
And thanks
of
for sharing
course.
the lesson learned, because I think a lot of us, we go through trials. And of course, it's not till you're through it that you
Right.
can
Yeah.
look back and see the lesson. So thanks
Right.
for sharing.
So I check back again with the neurologist in December, and hopefully, get cleared to just keep moving forward.
Okay, well, we
Well,
wish
we
you the
love you.
best.
Thank you.
Thanks.
The need for food and support is a never-ending concern. We are grateful that we have an organization like Tabitha's Way in our community. Welcome Wendy Osborne to the table.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you, ladies. You're one of our regulars.
I know, but I
Yes.
feel like it's been a minute,
It has been.
hasn't it? Since we've seen you.
A little bit, but I'm so
Maybe.
grateful. It always just feels like home when I get to come
Yeah.
hang out with you
good.
ladies. So you guys are always so awesome.
Yeah.
We need a little Wendy today. Tell us what good things we as a community have been doing. What was the last little drive or something you guys have been up to?
Well, it was, I can't even call it a little drive. You said little drive. I'm like, well, actually.
Big drive.
It was a big drive.
So recently we had the Feed Utah food drive. So it's a statewide food drive. And Tabitha's Way participated as one of the organizations locally to receive those food donations. And so we reached out to the community several weeks before and just let them know our warehouses were actually bare. It was
saw
getting
that.
really scary. And the number of people that we're serving continues to rise. This past week we served 415 families again. And so it's just, it's just a lot. And so we reached out to the community and we just said, hey, our warehouse is really low. We know this food drive's coming up. Would you consider donating your food to Tabitha's Way? And I will be very honest, I was praying. I was praying because I was very concerned and worried about, what we were going to do. And the community responded in such, I'm going to just cry. I'm going to cry. It's such
It's okay.
a wonderful way. Like
Me too.
trucks were rolling in with food. So we had 3 locations for food drop-offs. We had one at Macy's in Santaquin, Macy's in Spanish Fork, and then at our pantry here in Spanish Fork. And the food just came in, and it was amazing. It was amazing.
Bigger than any of your food drives?
Yes, actually, this is a record. We received 98 million numbers, 98,026 pounds. That is the most. And our goal was we had hoped to raise 100,000, which that's extremely close. Like that's more than we've ever gotten. Like it was huge. And food was coming in so fast, and volunteers we worked our poor little volunteers.
I know. I remember seeing the post. I was telling you. It just said, "Do you have 30 minutes?" And it just showed like bags of food just
Yes.
everywhere.
Yep, and people responded. They just came out and just started helping, gather the bags and put them into the containers and sort the food. So
Yeah, I'm sure that's a huge job part of it.
It is. So part of it is like receiving the food, but then also making sure you don't want a bag of rice or a box of cereal in with cans because it kind of smushes them, and you want it to stay presentable, and the food integrity you want to make sure. And so, and then glass, of course. We love our jars of marinara, but we don't want it in with the cans. And so we have our volunteers helping just sort all the food as we're receiving it, and food was coming in so fast and so quickly. But at the end of the day, we just looked at this, surveyed the land of all of the containers full of food, and as we were putting into our warehouse, just grateful, and it's quite an operation. We partner with Utah Food Bank and the Church of Jesus Christ and Just Serve, and just everyone in the community is involved to participate really. And so they start by putting flyers on all of the doors and asking people to prepare and to donate food on this day, and that somebody will come by and pick it up. And then there's groups of kids that go out and just pick up all the food and put it into trucks, and then those trucks roll up and bring us the food. And so
that's incredible.
So are you the only distribution center that received the food, like to give it out? No. Actually, Community Action in Provo was another location that received food. So Utah Food Bank coordinates with all the food pantries in the state to coordinate that. And so it's a statewide effort. I did not know how that worked.
How many pantries are in Utah Valley? Overall?
Utah Valley, there's not as many. So there's actually just Community Action Provo and Tabitha's Way are three locations now.
They just opened their third.
So cool.
So they're in Utah County per se. There are probably also, I should mention, there's probably smaller church congregation pantries and things like that. But as far as full-time food pantries, there's just the four of us here in Utah County. But statewide, it's a lot to coordinate, and so we're very grateful for the Utah Food Bank and for their partnership in putting things together. But then very grateful to our community, because it was a lot of work. I mean, the preparation and the time that it took to put this whole thing together, and then for the response that we received was just a love offering. It was really sweet. I don't know how else to put it.
So the warehouse looks pretty stocked right now.
Yes, it does.
And how long would that last?
So great question, because what we're doing right now is in the process of all the food that we receive, we have to actually go through and sort the food according to categories. And so, for example, prior to the drive, we had quite a bit of vegetables, which is a common thing. We'll get lots of vegetables. But to provide food for people, you really need to make sure that all of the nutritional needs are met. So providing canned meats, fruit, dry packaged goods, rice, beans, cereal, and then also vegetables. And so we're going through that process of sorting all of the food, and then we'll know what we have in each category. Because I had somebody ask the question, because well, why does Tabitha's Way have ongoing food drives? Why are you going to continue to ask for food drives after this large drive? And the answer to that is to really provide a nutritional balance to individuals who need a variety of food. So I remember there's at one point where we had like 6 pallets of green beans. We're like, okay, I'm gonna start charging people for their green beans. If you hear me, I will take your can of green beans with $5 only. No,
a can of chicken and your green beans.
That's right, there you go. I need both. So really kind of just depends. But so we'll also have ongoing drives. I think that this will last us for probably 3 to 4 months, depending on how much we get of each category. But we will continue to ask for food drives, just because we have ongoing needs.
And people are never going to stop eating. There's always going to be a need.
And that makes so much sense. You don't know what really you're going to get. So you could get gobs of this type, but you need that.
So your ongoing drives would be very specific and targeted. Like we need meat and peanut butter or beans.
That's exactly it. So we do targeted food drives, and individuals can go to our website and click on volunteer how to help and click on host a food drive, and there's a list of things that we need, and we usually go to organizations and say, or if a business wants to do a food drive. Summit Spa just did a food drive, and they said, well, what do you need that you're not going to get from this big food drive? And I said, flour and sugar. And the reason is we don't ask for that because it will get smashed with flour.
With everything.
I was like, so if you want to bring flour and sugar, that would be great. So
before our time is going to fly by, what are other needs? So you just had this big food drive, you're restocked. What are some other needs that your pantry is looking for?
So we know that summer's coming up. We hope summer's coming up. We think summer's coming up. We suspect. So during the summer months, we usually see volunteers drop just because families are going on vacation, their kids are home. home. And so we'll need volunteers during the summer. That'll be a huge help for us as well. And then our organization is growing. We are currently preparing to build a larger food pantry for Tabitha's Way, and there'll be more information coming about that. But
So a new location.
new location, new
Okay.
larger location coming soon.
Okay.
But you know, financial donations are always appreciated. Our cost is approximately 20 cents per meal. You can't go to McDonald's and get
No.
a good meal for 20
We
cents.
were talking about that earlier. You really just can't.
Yeah, so you can't
So
even get a cup
what
of
I
coffee.
do, what my husband and I, is donate monthly, and it just comes automatically.
Yes, thank you.
So, no, I'm just saying it makes it easy. So
Yeah.
how can our viewers, if they want to, or are able to,
Yes,
just go to your
so
website?
those who are able to and would like to, we encourage you to go to tabithasway.org and click on Spanish Fork or the South Pantry, which is the closest pantry here in our community. And then you can click the donate page and donate that way. Or you can find us on Venmo. It's just Tabitha's Way South on Venmo. And
so you can make a
super easy.
one-time donation if that works, or a monthly
yes,
donation.
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's such a blessing. You know, that helps us keep our pantry doors open and make sure that everybody has the food that they need. So.
Are there any other events that are coming up in the near future? I know you always do the backpack event. Is there
So
anything in the summertime?
Our next event will be the backpack event.
Okay.
So it'll just pretty much be pantry as usual up through until the summertime, which for the backpack event, so which is fun.
And because there are more kids home in the summer, are there different items that they're needed more, I guess, in the summertime?
So, I mean, it's kind of funny. We always seem to get a lot of the snacks and the bakery foods. It's usually a variety.
Okay.
Fresh produce is a
Okay.
huge need for us. So if you have a garden, if you have an apple tree, if you planted 1-2 tomato trees, like my sister-in-law does every year.
I didn't even think about that,
Yeah.
that you guys would have fresh
Yeah,
as
fresh
well.
produce is what we really need for. I mean, 50% or more of the population we serve are children. And so, and unfortunately, a lot of the summer feeding programs have dipped since COVID.
Okay,
So,
yes, that's
yeah. So we
So
want
remind
that.
us again how
particular,
people
yes.
can come and get food if they do need it.
Yeah, so really, you can call our main number, which is 801-709-8573, and our receptionist will help you schedule a reservation and help you get in. Or if you don't have time to do that and you want to just drop by our food pantry, they can drop on by and we'll help them. So,
Wendy, thanks
Just
for being in our
Thank you so
community.
much.
Yeah.
thank
You're
you.
awesome.
And
Dear
thank you
woman.
again to Spanish Fork and to everyone that participated in this last year's drive. It was amazing, and God bless you all. We're so grateful.
God
so very
bless you.
grateful.
Yeah,
We love you.
ditto. Love you.
Super happy.
Thank you. What did we learn today?
Today was a fun show. Another
was
great
fun.
guest lineup.
Yes, and our
very-
comfy cozies.
And our
I
comfy,
know.
yes.
Can we do sweatshirts every time?
I think we should.
No.
Maybe a year sweatshirt.
No, it's
Because-
time for spring transition.
because you're
Really,
yeah.
really, really.
Really? Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Well, this was
spring
fun.
transition. Let's get some of our more local boutiques that want to dress us
will.
for the spring.
And maybe they have a black collared shirt for me.
Yes.
So I was
do
trying-
want one.
I do want one. I have a bajillion black shirts.
Me too.
But I couldn't find. I'm sure maybe there is
Something
one
to
buried
layer.
somewhere, but I couldn't find my black collared shirt because you look very preppy and very
I
professional.
didn't even know
Yeah,
it was
you
the
sure
style.
do. Yeah, amps it. Amps
Yes.
the sweatshirt.
Oh, boy.
Is this from your trip?
Yes, this is from Maui.
Did you all get one?
We all did.
Matching.
all got the same.
We were in this store and there were, I think, 5 of us. And the lady said, 20% off if you all buy one. And I'm like, well, they're not all going to buy one. So I'm like, guys, do y'all want to buy one? We all walked out with one.
Like, perfect.
Speaking of clothing, so the baby clothing.
We really
Bubs
didn't let her.
and babes.
We didn't let her walk out of here
No.
with all of her clothes, did we, Ann?
3 of the 7 get something.
I know. And when you do uneven, do you just kind of like, here you go, like
It's
just
tricky.
It
Like one
is.
has a birthday, so that'll be perfect. The other one is just, it was too cute to pass out.
I know,
Right?
I
And then
know.
the baby.
And
just
they were
deserves something.
soft too. And then when you
Buttery.
hold those babies in it, like when I go hold a
Yummy.
grandbaby, and I'm like, oh, it's that
That little
soft.
bum. Yeah. Diaper bum.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yes.
And I'm so glad that Tommy's in business and that Gunnar
Yes, isn't that
started
great?
4 years ago and
you
he
believe
is
that?
going gung ho still.
That just seems like a second ago.
He might be forced on occasion,
That's
but
okay, that's
no,
what
I
we
really
do.
do. Like, I believe a lot in music. I think it's just a skill that you can carry with you
I
your
heard that
entire
if you,
life.
yeah, it helps you to read and be a better student.
Yes.
And he's already a great reader and good at math, right?
Yes.
So
Well,
this-
I think so.
but he is probably naturally good at music.
So he has good rhythm, and
Yeah.
you know, he doesn't love it when we bust out the metronome all the time. But I think that's, I mean, anything that's
What's a metronome? My mom didn't. I know.
yes, they
hated
have,
that.
they have it on an app now, so you don't have to have the actual back and forth.
TikToker.
But
Do you just put your phone right there?
yeah, we
does-
can, but I do have the old-fashioned metronome also.
Okay.
So, and then of course because they're able to play with music that they like, he's kind of rocking out with YouTube and in
Yeah.
the theater sometimes too. So
That's fun.
It's fun to like have the performance. Okay, we're ready to hear you and have your turn.
So
and-
we all are talking about making our kids or grandkids do music. I want to hear from each of you your musical experience as a child. What did your parents make you do?
Piano.
And how long did you get?
I felt like I did it for several years, but I don't think I got very good at it because of the practice part,
Yeah.
really. I was busy doing dance and other things.
The things that you were really
and
loving.
my mom was dear. She got it. She was busy too, and so didn't always like be a stickler about it. But with my kids, I told them that they had to learn a church hymn, and once they got to that place where they could read it and do it, then it was up to them. So, I don't know, and Bo chose a guitar, so
Good
and
for
he
him.
learned to
Very
just play
good.
a fun song. But
So you asked. So what about you?
yeah.
9 months of piano,
And that was it.
because then I made cheerleader in high school. So I didn't even start till like 9th grade. Then I made cheer, then I was
okay.
too busy.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
good.
wish I would have started younger. I can't carry a tune. I felt like I was really thriving.
Okay.
I wish I would
You
have.
should take it again. 92.
Yes.
Did you
there
hear
you
him?
go. There you
a
go.
92-year-old.
Pretty soon I'll
Still
have-
got several years.
Yeah, I have more time to practice
Yes,
actually
yes,
in my
right?
elderly
So
years.
instead of your grandkids, maybe it's Stacy that
Okay.
takes on the instrument.
Yeah, what about you?
I was very
Natasha?
small. So my mom started me on the Challenger at the Challenger School of Music on the Suzuki method. So I was a violinist,
lot.
yes, for many, many years. But I started kind of backwards because Challenger, I'm calling it Challenger, that was the school. Suzuki, you start playing by ear and you start playing in group lessons. So I was very, very much with a group.
Okay.
And then as I grew older, then I kind of broke away and I started reading music kind of backwards. And then I changed my style all the way through high school. And then I started fiddling and then kind of.
You can fiddle?
I can fiddle.
Well,
so
then you need to bring your fiddle. We need to hear
still
it.
play it?
sometime. Not so much. My mom would be
ask
very
more.
disappointed. I mean, I probably
Practice.
can.
Please
but
practice and then surprise
That's
us
what
one
it's all
day.
about, the practicing, isn't it?
We need to cut, but I want you to hurry and tell us, like when you tried out for a Miss Me fight and Miss Utah, what
Did you fiddle?
Yes, I fiddled Orange Blossom
See?
Special.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You need to perform.
Someday. Thanks for being here with us. We hope you enjoyed the conversation. If you learned something new, please tell a friend about us.